It's going down. Dash Radio, DJ Skee, Trae Tha Truth, celebrating the truth out now.
It's the takeover. What's up, homie?
What's good, sir? Welcome in.
Yeah.
How does it feel? It's been a long time coming.
I say that. I say it has, and I say it haven't, because I managed to stay relevant, being featured on everybody else's stuff, but
and putting out a ton of your own projects.
They've been mixtapes, but it's been a minute since I put out an album. So
yeah, how long has it been exactly?
I want to say maybe close to 5-6 years, maybe.
Wow. So wait, what's the difference between, because you put out so much stuff in that time, what kind of blur, what's even the difference now between a mixtape and an album in your eyes? Like, how does this
with me, I'm going to say nothing, because I know exactly what you're going to ask. So I tell people I give it my all every time. Yeah,
because you have original production, big name features. Is this just, I guess, like, do you try to make this a little tighter or what? Because you're like, oh, this is a real album, so this will be a little.
This album was gonna be a mixtape, but you know, like, even though I'm known by a lot of people and one of the most respected throughout the industry, like as me and J. Cole was talking to you, like, man, but you still have to go solidify yourself, man, and take that lane. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. At first, you know, I'm always debatable, so I ain't hurting for the songs. I give him another mixtape, but he's just like, man, I really think the people are gonna take it that much more serious, and like, people do hear you on other people's things, but it still don't give them you as a whole. And as he gave me the insight, and then I started telling people I was gonna put out an album, like, the response was 50 times larger than any mixtape I done put out. Like, people were really excited about me putting out an album.
Yeah.
It gained.
Cole gave you even not even just the feature, gave you a beat, right? He produced the record, right?
He produced the we still have records sitting up that people ain't heard though. But yeah, he produced on it. And actually one of the songs he's on is probably one of the, it gotta be within the top 2 songs on the album that everybody loves. So.
And speaking of the album, I gotta pull out a list because I can't even remember it all. We talked about J. Cole, Rick Ross, Future, Jeremiah Tip, of course, Dej Loaf, Boosie, Nipsey, Ty Dolla $ign, Snooty Wild, Lil Bibby, Ink, Q. I mean, it's like a who's who of hip hop. For people that don't know, like if people are listening and discovering you for the first time right now, how do you, and they saw this, they'd be like, how the hell does this man get, you know, the most star-studded album of the year together on his own? And especially when you realize you've done it, I mean, pretty much you've done it on your own, dude.
I think first and foremost it happens behind relationships. I have probably one of the biggest relationships throughout the industry that people genuinely love. You know? Like, it's not a what you could do for me, what I can do for you type thing. It's just straight pure. This a solid dude. He keep it solid with me, and I'm gonna keep it the same way with him. So that's more of the thing with me. And even speaking on this album, it wasn't that I needed features, I was looking for them. Everything happened organically. But the good thing is everybody wanted to be part of it because everybody wants to see me win. So it was kind of more like everybody's hitting you too, Yeah, so everything turned out to be how it was supposed to be. Now that's the second part coming because it was supposed to be a double CD, but
yeah, I heard this was going to be a double CD, and the distributor Empire actually told you something. They're like, yo.
Well, no, yeah, them and Tip and everybody down, just bro. Like people attention spans is not gonna.
Yeah.
We don't want to let certain stuff slide by them. So they like,
let's put it in half.
If you're gonna fire up your shot, at least keep a couple in the chamber so you can come back and go again if you miss. So
and you got another project coming. I heard too.
It can come out tomorrow for all I'm concerned. Like, I got over 1,300 songs sitting up with artists you couldn't even imagine.
Wow. How do you even archive and manage all that stuff? Do you know all the records that you have? Do you remember how many, at what pace do you record to get that many records done? And it's been like this as long as I've known. We go back.
I would do 20 to 30 records a week just to make sure that I have, you know, and
wow.
That's why I would only have to record like maybe once a month or once or twice a month. I go to Tree Sound Studios in Atlanta and just lock myself in there. And it's crazy because it turned out to be dope. Like, my engineer Watson, he ended up producing 6 tracks on the album. And now he's producing for everybody else. Like he's on Machine Gun Kelly new mixtape. Like he owns so much.
Well, you put on so many people. I mean, even like with your crew, like Shot to Philly, who's going on to do all these. Like you've got.
Yeah, now he's doing everybody. Actually, he's filming a video and movie with Omar Epps right now in Miami as we speak. So it's like. And
it's all because of, I mean, you give these people an opportunity, you help them out. But I guess that's what's so interesting. And one thing I wanted to talk to you about, one thing that's so important in this business and in this world, forget music, is networking and building relationships. Something that you've excelled at far beyond, you know, pretty much the average person. How does that, what advice would you have for kids? What do you have to say about networking, how important it is, and how do you build that up?
I think it's more, man, I tell people it's just really about being you. Because, man, so many people get lost worrying about what the next person do or trying to keep up with them when their blessings could be getting ready to come to them right then and there, and then they end up cutting their blessing short because they turn the last minute. Well, as opposed to they'd have stayed looking straight, they'd have seen something come in their view, but they decided to turn that and go that way, and now they missed everything, man. But they just gotta stay true to themselves, man. It was never said it was supposed to be easy. Some people catch that blessing where it happens rapidly, and then you hear a lot of people say it happened overnight for people, but then they don't know about the other 10 years before what the other person was doing. So you know, it's different strokes for different folks. I mean, for me, I stayed dedicated. I've been in this almost 2 decades now, and still relevant. How do you even stay relevant that long?
And especially
and I'm not on radio, so I'm on Dash radio.
Yeah, exactly, band radio.
With nothing else.
It's crazy that it's been
with
like
no
that.
iHeart too, because iHeart's been supporting too.
Okay, but how do you fight through all the negativity going on? I mean, dude, there's so many I've seen so many negative things happen around you. How do you even stay positive and and still keep going? What makes you say, like, because a lot of people would quit?
Because I for one, faith. Because you can't halfway give faith to the man up above, and one day feel like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. The next day, man, this ain't working. I need to do this. I need to do that. Oh, it's over for me. At the end of the day, man, I've always been a fighter, and I keep faith. You know, I'm a loyal person, and I tell people that. But people don't understand I'm not only loyal to the homies and my family, I'm loyal to the homie up above me. I'm gonna stay believing in him the same way I feel he would stay believing in me too. So throughout all that, I deal with it. Anything that come to me, whether good, bad, small, hard, whatever the situation may be, I just take it for what it is and know I got to keep pushing. You know, like it's no room for giving up. Like I don't think it was made for the ones that he chose to.
But no, I think it's really important for people to understand. Like, look, it doesn't happen overnight, and you can't just give up. Like otherwise, we all would have been out of this. You know, however long ago. What advice do you have for kids that want to make it in the business now? What are your thoughts kind of on the music business?
They got to understand nothing is promised and nothing's ever easy. So if this is what you want to do and you believe you can do it, it's not to say when it's going to happen, but if you really going to go for it, give it your all.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when you start doing things for yourself and stop worrying about what everybody else thinking, the imaging or how they feel about it, then the better off you'll be.
Yeah.
You know, that's just like you with doing Dash Radio. You don't know if 10 people was gonna like it or if 150 was gonna hate this shit. But at the end of the day,
you just gotta do it.
You stepped out on the edge and took a chance, and I think that's just what people have to do.
I want to get a little deeper into this Trae Day. It just went off again. I wasn't there. I saw all the pictures. It looked bigger than ever. You said it was the biggest Trae Day so far?
Yeah. Easily 5,000 plus.
So what is Trae Day? How would you break it down for people?
Trae Day was a day given to me by the city, by the mayor in the city of Houston, to shed light and celebrate for all the stuff I do throughout the community, stuff I do for the less fortunate, the homeless, even the people who are in great situations. I just help so many people in different ways. And when they gave me the day, you know, they wanted to make it a day to celebrate about me, but I always been the big homie type, so I said I was gonna make it the day while they celebrating about me, I'm gonna celebrate for the whole city because I love my city. You know? Shout out to all my kids. My youngest son name is Houston. Yeah. So that's how much you know I live for the city.
You are. I mean, that's what people think of when they think of Houston.
Yeah, and I made it a day, I wanted to make sure they can get their school supplies, their immunization, their backpacks.
And real quick, not to interrupt you, but one thing that's interesting, so a lot of artists, when you see them do charity things, it's all sponsored and presented by other people. What you were shocked at was like, wait, they're not paying out of their pocket. I remember we had this conversation. I was like, no, a lot of those things are donated. Or a lot of artists or people will do these charitable things because a brand comes to them and wants to do it. It's not necessarily their own thing, versus you who paid out of your pocket for that.
Yeah, not only that, not just that.
So you're not like sponsored by other things. It's not like a brand that wants to attach themselves and be cool and get the respect for it. This is Trae going out of your way, spending your own money.
I think from my past reputation, a lot of them are more spooked.
Yeah.
Because they're like, man, this is a street cat. Anything can go. The world witnessed all kinds of stuff happen with them. So do we want to attach ourselves to that?
Yeah.
And they overlook the point of the good out of the situation. Because, all it takes is one person within media to say something and it can spread like a wildfire and it gains fear. And when it gains fear, people don't take chances because at the end of the day, they're scared to see they're scared of if it could be bad, but they're also scared of what if it may not be so bad. In your mind, you had your mind thinking like, man, if I deal with this cat, it's going to be trouble. So that's one thought. But at the same time, what if he really ain't trouble? You scared to even face the fact of knowing that it might be totally opposite of the picture the people painted. So it's a gift and a curse, but a curse and a curse really in a sense. But everything with me, man, I feel like it turns out the way it's supposed to be, whether it turns out to be huge, major, good, or if it's bad.
Yeah. So
with that being said, when I set out to do it, I don't never want to base my stuff based on, man, I know this year, this person gonna sponsor this person, because I feel like people don't necessarily get it. I mean, this year, of course, Ben Gordon donated. Rashard Lewis always donates every year. Clint Dempsey donates. One of my homies from 3G Entertainment, he doing his label. He got A-Town and them.
Okay.
He from Houston. He donated, and it's just Allridge from that.
But it's not like the big corporate overlord that's coming in and funneling this event and just using username. This is something that you really work on.
If they actually came out to see it,
oh, they would. But you didn't even realize that. You're like, wait, all these other you've been doing this year on your own.
So, Angela Yee and Envy. So I was doing the Breakfast Club with them, and they gave me an idea. They're like, well, we probably gonna start a GoFund for you because there's so many people across the world that don't know what you're doing that may want to actually step in.
Yeah.
And I take everything as a sign, because as I woke up today, I was the TV was on. I don't know if it was ABC or what it was, but it was like somebody was looking to donate $500,000 to a charitable cause or
you're like, I got that.
a charity. So maybe I've done so much over the years. Maybe this next go around, and maybe people that want to step in and be like, let me take a little stress off of them, because that's only half of the stress. The other half is every artist I have, I'm hands on, making sure everybody get there, get to their destination, make sure they straight. Like I'm very hands on with everything. Yeah. The same in my career. I ain't had a manager in over almost a decade. Now I do everything by myself. So
one positive thing that you're doing right now is this thing with Osteocorpse, this comic.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm actually one of the executive producers on it too. So it's big. I mean, it's big for a lot of kids.
And talk about what's the whole point behind the comic?
Dr. Sear had already had his vision before a lot of people came in. Him and then the little homie Rod, they reached out to me before anything, and I shared some ideas with him, and I heard his ideas and I got it, because he's a doctor that actually deals with a lot of kids with different diseases and different things. And in them situations, it becomes frustrating. Just seeing kids with cancer or different diseases that may be curable, may not be curable. It kind of take away their spirits. So the way that he envisioned this whole comic is each character revolves around different diseases or different health issues that a person can have, but it gives the kids hope. You know what I'm saying? It shows a way that this can be defeated. You know what I'm saying? In a cool and a more relatable form for them, and I think it's a great thing. You know, the app, he just dropped the app. I think it's out on Android now. He's working on iTunes. I did voiceovers on the app, and I think it can spread way bigger than any one of us could see it. You know, like this is something.
I heard it was killing me Comic-Con. Yeah.
I mean, you right here. You remember you sitting in the office one day, and I came and I called you with Dr. C.
You're always on
like,
some stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, Skee, bro, you got to get on this.
Yeah.
And this was maybe a year.
Over a year ago.
That's how far.
Yeah. Takes a long time to do comics. Yeah.
But it's working. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing.
Trae Tha Truth. The Truth out now. Go grab it. It features everybody that you want to hear and more.